Now, Tar really is quite some film. And I think the way in which it plays on the mismatch between the life of someone brilliant, intelligent, formidable, and a tour de force, and the private life, which houses the residue, the flaws, the duplicitous narratives, and a sense of a character in freefall. This is all what makes Todd Field's Tar such a dazzling and overwhelming drama. Now, a biopic of a fictional lead character of the Berlin Philharmonic and of international renown, Kate Blanchett gives the performance of her career as a narcissist who grooms young, talented girls only to spurn them after they have outlived their usefulness. Now, cancel culture is also a mainstay of this unflattering portrait of a powerhouse talent in which the adulation and esteem in the public sphere is afforded its opposite in the way that cracks have already started to appear in the private veneer when Blanchett flies too close to the sky and comes crashing down to earth when legal suits, protests against her work, and accusations of malfeasance rear their head. But true to form, Tar thinks she can ignore them, even when her entourage and sponsors have long since realized that her career is unsalvageable. Now, the upended and dissonant nature of this character study of a bruised composer is typified by the way in which the director Todd Field opts to begin his film with the full end credits right at the start of the picture. So that it's a good 10 minutes before we are given a glimpse as to the direction of travel that this assault on audience convention is headed. Now, as a genre, Tar is difficult to pin down, with a sense of dread and menace pervading the apartment where Tar lives with her wife and daughter, as books mysteriously go missing and footsteps, or an almost imperceptible rustling while Tar goes on a run through the park, making Tar a horror movie in which it is the ghosts of her past which assault her mental well being until she turns up to work teaching gifted musicians with a black eye and a face covered in bruises. Her past may come back to haunt her, but Lydia Tarr does not confront her demons in the way the arrogant young medical students do in Flatliners, when they end up making peace with their past lives as bullies and tormentors. But rather, she carries on in the only way she knows how, oblivious to all the entreaties to her to show some sensitivity and acknowledge the pain that she habitually leaves in her wake. And the fact that some of the accusations against her have been manifestly distorted adds to the complexity of a woman, both victim and unrepentant abuser. She may be a female composer, but everything about Tar is masculine, from the trouser suits that she wears when conducting to the way she threatens a little girl who is bullying her own daughter at school by introducing herself as Petra's father. Now, Tar is not just a male surrogate. She outmaneuvers and colonizes all spaces around her and is a demonic, restless force of nature whose use of the baton is charged with violence. In one scene of dark comedy, she literally uses the conducting baton in order to, well, in front of a live audience, to beat up the man waiting in the wings to inherit her crown. And I think Tar is an hypnotic film which dares to redraw the very evidence, the very edifice of what comprises a screen biopic.